All right, what's going on, guys? I'm Banker from Custom Offsets. We are back with another Lifts and Levels. Today we have 4-inch BDS for the 2019 and 20 Silverado 1500s. So this is a brand new kit for the brand new truck, and we're gonna run through some of the components here and show you what we got, because as much as I hate to say it, the new Chevy is very Ford-like, so you're gonna see a lot of those components similar in this kit. So start over here on this end. We've got the new rear blocks. Again, it's 4-inch, so we've only got about 2.5-inch rear block. In the back there, we got the new U-bolts, all the standard stuff. We've got strut spacers instead of replacement struts, which is typical of the 4-inch BDS kit. We got the Fox 2.0 rear upgrade, again, very typical. What you won't see on any of the other Chevy kits are these little guys right here. And these are actually going to be CV axle spacers. So it's very, very little bit, so it's not going to increase track width like Chevy's always had notoriously, but these are gonna go between the knuckle and the CV axle itself, because again, it's kind of a Ford design, which again, you'll see new cam bolts because the adjustment is now in the lower control arm instead of the upper. Knuckle design, still very Chevy, so we've got the lift knuckles here, new tie rod ends, typical with the Chevy. And then as we move over here, you'll see some more stuff that looks like a Ford kit. We've got sway bar drop here, which ties into the lower control arm drop bracket, typical of a Ford. And we've got diff drop brackets, which are very Ford-like, very Toyota-like, because they have gone to that style front differential. Back here, we've got the 3-piece skid plate, which is very typical of BDS, covers everything up real nice. And then we've got front and rear cross members, and the rear cross member does have the diff drop, or the front cross member, I'm sorry, does have the rear diff drop bracket built in. These are all the components of the new kit. Brent's gonna get this thing put on, and then I will be back to show you what it looks like under the truck. All right, guys, so we got the 4-inch BDS thrown in this 19 Silverado 1500. So we're gonna go front to back, show you what everything looks like here, and kind of give you an idea of what the angles look like. Again, remember, this is in the air, full droop, so everything's not gonna be great, but they are pretty sweet. So we're gonna start at the very front. We got the BDS skid plate up here, very reminiscent of the other GM trucks. You'll see the design's a little bit different. Again, this truck is completely new. It's not even a variation of the old trucks. As I stated in the breakdown of the kit on the bench there, it's very Ford-like. So as we get back into it, we've got front and rear cross members, and you'll see the alignment is again on the bottom this time, not aligned by the upper control arms on this truck. The differential back here is now a new style differential, so it's got a completely different style differential drop, again very similar to the Ford and Ram differential drops, but this does not increase track width now, so you win there. No more spacers in the rear. We got the skid plates underneath. They've bumped those up a little bit, beefed them up a little bit. This is going to be a strut spacer replacement. The strut is still the same style as the old GM trucks, but this is just a spacer kit. New lift knuckle here, new tie rod ends, very similar to the older trucks. Not a whole lot's changed there. Everything's new and updated, but as if you look at the CV angles at this thing at full droop, this CV could operate no issues at full droop. Upper ball joint angle is absolutely amazing. You know, true BDS fashion, amazing angles all the way around. So if we go to the back, super simple setup in the back. As always, it's a leaf sprung truck, so you got some tapered blocks in the rear, some new Fox shocks in this case, and some brackets on the hardware for the lines on the rear differential. You will notice that on the new GM trucks, they reconfigured where everything comes into the rear differential. Makes everything a lot easier, a lot less bracketry is needed to move a lot of lines back there, makes everything clean. So that is the 4-inch BDS for the new 2019-20 GM 1500 trucks. These are not the AT4 Trail Boss models, but just the regular 1500 models. So like, subscribe, and go buy one of these things.